Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I have actually filmed. I think it's been like a month or maybe even 6 months. I don't know. I don't know if you're the same as me, but the end of the year has come up so quickly and I am tired. I have just got home from school. It's the second last day of school and I needed to film this video to get it up, but if you are the same like me, let me know down below. Like, has 2021 just gone past so quickly? So I thought that in this video we would do kind of like a 2021 recap and also a 2022 goals and all the things that I want to do and achieve next year. And while we're doing that, I thought that I would talk and do some pottery. So Claytime kindly gifted this to me, and I thought that this would be a nice crafty kind of thing that I could do with you guys. So, you know, if you are crafty or you like to draw or write or anything like that, feel free to do so as well. Or if you're just happy to listen to me, do that too. So don't forget to click the subscribe button and the like button as well to see more videos from me, because I will be uploading, I know everybody says that, but I actually really will be uploading a lot more next year because I will have more time. But before we get into the chat, I want to open up this Claytime box. So you get about 5 kilos with the box. 5 kilos of clay that you use by hand. You don't have to have one of those spinny things. And then you also get so there's the clay, and you also get this little toolkit too that has all the tools to make lots of different ceramic things. So you can make plates, you can make like little trinket bowls or plates as well. I'm actually going to make a mug or like a drinking cup today. Because it is close to Christmas, all the kiln, is it kiln or kiln? I think it's kiln places are closed. So, and you also have to leave it for a week as well after you make it before you put it in the kiln or fire it. Just because then if you don't do that, it's not dishwasher safe. And I want to be able to actually use it and drink from it too. So yeah, so in the kit, you get all of these. And the sponge here I'm going to use to like smooth out everything. So I've got my little thing of water as well. And let's get straight into making a mug. I also might make like a little dishes, little side dishes as well, because I don't have very many when I'm cooking. And if you've got like little bits that you want to put into a bowl but you don't want to waste a huge dish, I thought I would do that as well. Also follow me on this journey too, because I'm actually wanting to paint it. So because you have to leave it for a week before you paint it, I'm not going to be able to make it look all pretty and cool today. So if you keep following me on my channel, you'll be able to see exactly how my final piece comes out. Also, don't forget to check out Claytime as well. I have a discount code. I will leave it on the screen and in the description bar as well for 15% off. It's also a really great gift too. Like if you know that someone's crafty or they like to make things, like it's such a good gift. Because I was watching someone else make it the other day, not the other day, like the other week. And then Claytime reached out to me and I was like, oh my gosh. Also, please excuse the mess in the background as well. It's the obviously end of year and my house just looks like atrocious. Okay, so I'm using this. It's like a little wire and it's used to cut the clay. I don't know how much I'm gonna need, so this is just kind of gonna be a guessing game. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side. I've got my cats here too. So if you see me like shooing them away, that's why, because they're just right here, they're watching. Okay, so this is the chunk that I've got. I feel like that's gonna be way too much, but we'll give it a go, because you want it to be obviously nice and thick. So I might actually put it into a ball and roll it up, like warm it up. Excuse me. I told you, they can't leave me alone. They just cannot stop. Yeah, so I'm just gonna warm it up with my hands and move it around. So 2021, it's been a really interesting year. I feel like it's gone so quickly, and not like a lot of stuff has happened, but like not a lot of the stuff has happened. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. Like I haven't gone and like really seen or done too many things, which is kind of good, I guess, but also like not good too, because I don't know, I haven't really don't have many stories to tell people of like what I've done. And so the year started off all right. I got my class. So obviously if you have been following me for a while, you'll know that I am a primary school teacher, and this year I had grade 5 again. I've had grade 5 the last, how many years? 3 years. It was tough, especially with remote learning as well. I just found that I was getting super tired and kind of really irritated too. No fault of like the kids really. I mean, they had like such a difficult year too, as well as me. But I think I've got too much clay. Like, this is how it's turning out. It looks really good, but I feel like I'm not doing this justice. I feel like I'm making it way too big. Might actually take some apart and put it back. Yeah, so 2021 started. I had grade 5, which is fun as always. Not an easy year to teach if you are looking at doing school teaching. It's certainly not, I mean, like, no year level is really easy, but I think that because like all the hormones start and they like to bicker, and because they hadn't been, you know, exposed to, I don't know, I'm not gonna say like situations, but socializing for like, you know, pretty much the whole of 2022. So that took a lot of work with a lot of the kids, which is fine because, you know, I'm really into student wellbeing and all that sort of stuff. So we had remote learning, and then we went into lockdown for ages. The thing that I am really proud of in 2021 is the fact that I actually managed to fill my emergency fund, which is what the goal was for 2021 pretty much. Like, I wanted to have some sort of financial stability, and that is what has happened, which, like, I'm so proud of myself with the way that I've been able to, you know, really do that and work hard and save my money and not spend, you know, like a ridiculous amount of stuff that I don't need. So yeah, I managed to do that. So I got, I think I've got $7,500 now in my emergency fund, which is about, for this, at this stage for my lifestyle, is about 3 months worth of stuff. So that's mortgage, that's bills, that's groceries, that's fun money, and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. So I managed to get, yeah, fill my emergency fund. What else did I do? I also managed to fill all of my sinking funds. So if you have been watching me from my budget with me's, all of they had managed to get filled, and I was able to pay all of my bills and everything on time without being stressed. So to me, I really think that that was a highlight for me. And I think that it just made 2021 a little bit less stressful and scary than what it, you know, could have been, because it could have been, you know, financially a lot worse, even though I was very lucky in the fact that I kept my job. I had my job because I'm a teacher and we needed them through remote learning and all through 2021. And yeah, I managed to pay like all my insurances, birthday presents, Christmas, like all of that stuff I have managed to pay for without, you know, getting out a credit card or a loan of some sort, which, you know, I know that it's not the same for everyone. Some people aren't as lucky, which, you know, if you are in that kind of situation, just keep going. Every little bit counts, and every cent and every dollar that you do save, it does really count, and it will work out for you eventually. It might just take a little bit longer for some people, and that's okay. Like, not everyone is on the same financial trajectory, which I realized that in 2021. Like, I used to compare myself all the time to people that earned, you know, in my opinion, like a ridiculous amount of money, but that's not my financial situation. And I kind of, you know, had to come to terms with that in 2021 and realize that, you know, I'm on my own sort of financial journey. What else did we do? We went away a few times when we could. So we recently went down near Wilson's prom. Oh, by the way, this is how it's going so far. It's all right. It's not easy. Clay is not easy. It's really fun though. It's nice. It feels nice and soft. I'm just trying to like even out all the surfaces. We recently went down to Wilson's prom, which was so nice, or near Wilson's prom. And I was very lucky that Lewis took me down there for the weekend. which was beautiful. I'm so thankful for that. And we had a couple of weddings this year, which obviously, again, like that's something that had to be budgeted for, even if, you know, because most of my friends are married now, a lot of that kind of budgeting is sort of done. It's more, you know, if people have baby showers or, yeah, like other friends get married, but most of them are pretty much finished with getting married. So I guess that's kind of good, because then because weddings are expensive, especially if you're going as a guest too. Like you have to kind of pay for your own meal and your own spot going to a wedding. If you do that, you know, not everybody does that. People have different opinions on, you know, what you do for a wedding. So yeah, we had a couple of weddings, which were really fun. So nice to actually get out and like see people too, which in my opinion was still really quite intimidating and scary, because I am not a social butterfly. I very much enjoy staying home, which brings me on to my next point with 2021, and the fact that I kind of realized with my job, as much as I absolutely love it, I also needed a break. So I'm going to do a whole video on this as well and talk about like the budgeting side of things, because my income is going to look vastly different next year than it does to this year. So all in all, I basically have taken a leave from my teaching job at my primary school. So I will not be a full-time classroom teacher next year, which is so scary but so exciting. I will be doing some YouTube, which is why I said that I will be more able to do this, like, you know, upload and talk about this kind of stuff, and then talk about budgeting and saving with not a stable income, which I think will be really interesting. Let me know if you guys are really interested in that, because especially if you don't have a salary, and that makes it so much harder to budget. So if you're wanting to follow me on that journey, I would love for you to join me, because I think it's going to be very interesting. I don't know how this mug is turning out. It's kind of, it's nice and flat on the bottom, but I feel like it's too big, and I'm like flattening it out and like trying to make it smaller. I feel like I just need to squish some of it. This is so fun. Yeah, so that was a huge change in 2021, deciding to, you know, kind of give up my role at my school for 12 months, which, like, I'm upset about, but, well, no, I'm not upset. I'm excited. It also gives the opportunity for someone else to have a job too. Like, I know that a lot of CRTs really struggled throughout the pandemic, so it also gives, you know, someone who is looking for a full-time and who needs it and wants it, an opportunity to actually get into the teaching, like, area, because it's such a competitive and so hard to actually get a job in the teaching area. Like, you wouldn't actually think that it would be, but to get a proper teaching job, it's really, really difficult. So my income is going to look extremely, extremely different next year, which is okay, because I've already started to budget for that too. Like, I'm just gonna have to really knuckle down and not spend stupid amount of money on like really silly and unnecessary things. So if you start seeing me do any of that stuff, like, let me know and tell me off. Also for next year, I am going to be traveling a little bit more. So we are looking at heading off to Bali, possibly. It all depends, like, a lot of this stuff depends on the borders, like not only our borders here in Australia, but also the borders with other countries, because, you know, some have really, really strict rules, like New Zealand. I know New Zealand is very, very strict. Like, we are too here in Australia as well, but some are even more strict too. So we need to really keep an eye on that. So we're looking at going to Bali for about a month to live. If any of you have like done that before, or if you've lived in Bali before and you've got, you know, like really nice and like affordable places to stay for around a month, like Canggu, that kind of area, please leave a link down below, or leave like the name of the place down below, because we are looking for recommendations. on like where to stay, because like we don't know, like I've been there for a holiday for like a week at a time, but not for a month. So kind of working digitally, so I'll be vlogging over there. Maybe working with Lewis, who, if you don't know, he's my partner. So like working with him, which will be interesting. Also, if any of you like work with your partners, like let me know, like does that work out, or do you, I don't know, crap it with each other? I don't know. I feel like we'd be okay because we've worked in the same house for almost like 2 years, kind of like on and off with remote learning, and we survived, so that was good. I can see why ceramic stuff, like when people make ceramics, why they cost like a lot of money, because this is not, it's not easy, like it's so fun, I love it. My hands are getting super dirty, but yeah, like it's really, it's a lot of work. Like my respect to those people that actually make the ceramics. Yeah, okay, so other goals. So goals for 2022. What do I want to achieve? I have a lot of things that I actually kind of want to achieve, to be honest. Like I want to keep, like my emergency fund is full, so like that's not another goal that I really need to fulfill. More saving up for a second house. So Lewis and I are looking at, and it all depends on the market, because honestly, the market at the moment, if any of you are looking to buy a house, is absolutely off the chain. Like it is, to be perfectly honest, stupid how expensive a lot of this stuff is. So traveling, yeah, we're looking at going to Bali. I don't know when, because the borders are not open to Australia yet. They're open to New Zealand. Oh, I've also put a glass in there just to give it a bit more shape. So they've opened the borders to New Zealand, and I think like Singapore, Japan, a few of those places, but not Australia just yet. I think that the borders are going to start opening in March, I think, maybe February. I know that they said that they were going to try and get it in December, but I really doubt that that's like going to happen. So yeah, that's okay. We'll just see how we go. And like I said, we want to go for a month. And probably either side of the school holidays, or like in the middle of the term when it's a bit quieter and cheaper. Because if I'm not, especially in term 1, because term 1 is a lot more quiet when you're doing CRT. So that's probably like a perfect time to go, because I won't be needed as much, and like I won't get called as much. But then in term 2 and term 3, because that's when teachers start to, you know, get tired. That's when they start to call you. So yeah, looking at doing it, like going at that time, which will be really nice. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Be interesting. All right, I'm just gonna start like smoothing the surface now. So I'm like, with this, I'm just like gonna drag, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just like gonna drag it up. I don't think a lot of this is even, but I'm just trying to even out the bottom and the sides, because Lewis said that when you put things in the kiln, they, like if you do it too thin, it like cracks and breaks, which I didn't really know that. But so I'm just trying to like thicken some bits up. It kind of looks a bit more like a pot now, I think, because I've made it so wide. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. It'll be fine, I'm sure, and we'll have fun. But let me know what your 2022 goals and wishes, and like what you want to do in 2022, like not what you have to do, but what you actually want to do. Like what kind of year do you want to make 2022? Because we all have the, you know, ability to have a really good year, and I would love it if we could all have a really good year, and like the year that we want to have too. Tomorrow, and I'm going back to like 2021 now. So tomorrow is the last day of school, which is really exciting. It's kind of like come out of nowhere. Like we obviously knew that the day was happening, but yeah, I had to clean out my classroom. I had to get rid of all the stuff. So like our over like near the front door, which is near where I'm sitting, it is like packed of stuff. Like, I know teachers accumulate a lot of things, but I didn't realize like how much stuff I had accumulated. And it's mostly like books and folders of activities, which hopefully will come in handy when I do CRT. But yeah, okay, this is working. It's just not, it's like getting thin and then thick. I'm just like trying to even it all out. I was like watching this girl, her name's Lolita Olympia, and she makes her own kind of like ceramics, which is where I sort of got like the idea from, and was like, oh, like I'd love to be able to try and, you know, like make my own mug. Like how cool would it be to actually like drink from a mug that I had made? And the kids as well at school, they made their own ceramic mug too. And they looked really good. I think they made them only like a couple of weeks ago. They looked awesome. Year 5 and Year 6 kids both did it and looked so good. Like I love that. Like if you can make a piece of art at school and then just bring it home. Okay, and then so other goals that I really want to achieve or be able to do in 2022, I started to talk about, you know, like getting a house and whatever, I think maybe. Well, anyway, Lewis and I are looking at getting a second house, but the prices are just absolutely like ridiculously expensive. I cannot believe how expensive some like suburbs are, especially like around our area. Like we live in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne, and like, I mean, the eastern suburbs of Melbourne have always been, you know, not on like the cheaper side, but it's just ridiculous like how much more things have gone up in value, excuse me, in comparison to like when we were looking 2 years ago. Like we thought that was expensive, when like now that it's like back then we really probably should have bought a bigger house, but you know, hindsight is an amazing thing, and we still couldn't really afford to have a super big and expensive house like back 2 years ago, even though we still kind of can't. But I mean, we kind of want a little bit of a bigger place, just to, I don't know, expand a little bit more, especially because Lewis is working from home pretty much like 5 days a week now. Actually, not pretty much, he is working home 5 days a week, so we don't actually have a spare room anymore. It's an office, so if, you know, someone wants to come over and stay, which like no one's ever asked us to do that, but if they wanted to, they could. Whereas like now it's, oh, like you have to sleep on the couch, and the couch isn't the most comfiest thing to sleep on. So yeah, so we're looking at getting a 4-bedroom, like 3-bedroom with study, or 4-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms, an ensuite. Lewis wants an ensuite. I don't really care about ensuites, to be honest. And a double garage. I care about a garage. Like if you're paying a lot of money for a house, like, you know, you want pretty much everything that you want in a house. What else? Oh, a fireplace would be cool, but it's kind of not like, that's not a, what's it called? Not a deal breaker. That's not a deal breaker. We want a piece of land too. Like we want the home to be big enough that we've got some land, even though with our place at the moment, like the little bit of land that we do have, we can't even like upkeep. I think because like we just can't be bothered. It's because it's so small, it just like, it doesn't, it's kind of like not even worth it. It's just like weeds and stuff everywhere. Okay, so this is how it's looking now. It's looking quite nice. It's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. I am going to start. So I'm not going to put a handle on this. I don't want to put a handle on because, I don't know, I've never had like a coffee. It's quite big though. Okay, so in my last video, I spoke about like Christmas budgets and how much I'm going to spend on everyone. It has gone pretty much to plan, not completely to plan, but I haven't gone super overboard like what I did last year. Like last year I think I spent like $700 last year, which like it was the first Christmas, it was the first Christmas in our house. So I was like, why not, you know? Like why not? Whereas this time I set like everyone an amount of money, and I tried not to go over it too much. So it's worked sort of. Not perfect, but that's, you know, I like to spoil my family sometimes because, I don't know, they deserve it. Why not? Okay, I'm going to get like the sponge, wet it, and I saw the girl, Lolita, what was her name? Lolita Olympia, and she did this to like smooth everything. So like she would wet it and then she'd run her fingers over it to smooth, to like smooth it out. Excuse my cats, they're just playing in the background as usual. I think I might actually make this one into a bowl. I think it's gone a bit too big for a mug. That's okay. Yeah, I think I might make this one into like a fruit bowl or something. Which is cool because we actually do need a few more bowls in our house. So yeah, I'm just using the water to wet the clay and smooth it out. That's what she said that she does, because she makes her own mugs, and she says that she wets just the top of it to smooth out any bits, and so then it becomes a bit more pliable and easier to smooth, because you don't want to be drinking or eating out of something that's going to like cut you. That'll hurt. That's not the point of it. And then I have to leave this for a week, and then I can start to paint it and make it look really cool. I can't really quite show you just yet because I don't want to like bend it all, and I haven't finished. I also need to feed my sister's cats tonight, so that's what I'm doing after this. We also haven't really watched many Christmas movies. Have you guys watched many Christmas movies? I don't know, I just keep like forgetting. Like we were supposed to watch one on the weekend. Sorry, like last weekend. And we didn't. I don't know, just like forgot. I did actually watch with my students. I did watch the new, well not the new, it's like 3 years old now, Grinch. It was okay. Not like the, you know, the best movie. Definitely not like the old OG. But yeah, my Christmas budget it's been okay. I haven't gone like ridiculous amounts. Like my mum watched my last video and she was like, you said that you weren't buying us anything. And I was like, well, as if I wouldn't buy you something. It's Christmas. So I know that she's probably gonna watch this and be like, oh, whatever. But Mum, I did buy you something because you deserve to have a Christmas present. Same with my sister. My sister deserves to have a Christmas present, and it's Christmas. Like, Christmas is the time to be thankful, but also to be, you know, giving and show your love and appreciation to your family and your friends. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh God. This is what it looks like now. It's pretty smooth on the top. It's not like perfectly round, but I don't care. I like imperfection. And then the side of it is it's pretty much smooth too. So what I'm gonna do now, to make sure that doesn't lose too much shape, I'm actually in this toolkit, in here, there is a little sticker. Now I don't know what it's for, but I'm going to make, so it looks like this. I'm gonna write my name and the year. So I'm gonna write Angie, not too deep. Angie, oops. Angie, and 2021. Oh. Ooh, that was hard. There. I don't know if this is gonna pick it up on camera. No, probably not. It's probably too light. But, so that is my mug done. So thank you for joining me on this little chat. I hope I didn't blabber on too much, but please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so then you don't miss anything or miss any of the fun that is going to be 2022, especially with my new finances and everything this year. I really do wish that you all have a very happy new year and a very, very Merry Christmas. And I will see you in a video sometime in the very near future. Bye guys.